4 days after Myanmar's devastating earthquake, the chances of finding survivors in the ruins are dwindling. The military regime there says more than 2,000 people have been killed, but rescue teams have not given up hope and are still finding people alive under the rubble. Aid agencies are calling on governments to help raise $100 million for the disaster relief operation, which is being hampered by the country's ongoing 4-year civil war. Well, across the border in Thailand, authorities say signs of life have been detected in the ruins of the unfinished skyscraper that collapsed in Bangkok during the earthquake. Rescuers have been able to make contact with survivors trapped under the mountain of debris and are trying to locate victims using scanners and sniffer dogs. Dozens of construction workers are still missing. Let's get the latest from DW correspondent Tommy Walker. He's in Bangkok. Tommy, signs of life under the rubble. We heard it at the top of the show. 4 days after the quake, what are the search and rescue teams doing to get through to the trapped survivors there where you are?
Yes, well, behind me, as you can see, there is heavy machinery, there's cranes, there's all sorts of technology trying to find any remaining survivors from this building collapse, this rubble now from Friday's earthquake that hit Myanmar and trembled into Bangkok. Now, authorities say that they've kind of changed their approach in trying to find survivors. They're trying to dig under the rubble and then maybe go through up to the top, putting cameras there. They're using radar technology as well. We've seen rescuers on the peak of the rubble. So there's a whole lot of things going on at the moment. You've obviously got the Thai rescuers, different groups here. You've also got groups from the USA, Israel, China, and Taiwan. So operations are ongoing. Yes, it's past 4 days now since this happened. So any chances of survival are diminishing by the minute. But rescuers are continuing with their attempts to find any.
We have been receiving reports that authorities had known about irregularities in the construction of that high-rise in Bangkok. What can you tell us about that?
Well, the industry minister visited the site over the weekend and suspected some of the steel that was used in this building, and he said there might be some irregularities with it. Since then, the Anti-Corruption Association of Thailand has looked into the building, the project, and has found that there might have been a worker shortage. There might have been corners cut to try and meet deadlines. This project was behind. It was supposed to be finished by 2026 next year, but it was only 30% complete when it came crashing down on Friday. So there's a lot of investigations still to be had. Prime Minister Pattongtarn Shinawatra has said that she wants an update within a week to see what's happened here.
In Myanmar, where the epicenter of the earthquake was located, rescue operations face huge obstacles, political and infrastructural ones. How are the foreign rescue teams that are being sent in hoping to overcome those?
Well, I mean, Myanmar, it's a much worse disaster than here. I mean, we're talking lack of water, sanitation, people can't use the toilet, there's a lack of food, medical supplies, there's lack of internet. So obviously there is a need of much aid to come into the country. The problem is there is countries within the Asia Pacific who have pledged and have entered Myanmar to provide aid, to provide resources, man, woman power, to provide this. But the country is in the middle of a 4-year brutal civil war. Some parts of the country are controlled by the military. Some parts are controlled by ethnic armed groups, pro-democracy groups. So the concerns in really badly affected areas like Saigon, where the earthquake struck on Friday, that aid isn't getting there fast enough. And there are concerns that this aid that's coming into the military-controlled areas is being prioritized there, and it's not going to the least visited areas, the sort of the border regions and the north of the country that need the aid too. So it's a complex situation there. We've seen teams from Singapore and China rescue people under the rubble in Myanmar, but there's, the death toll is still, it's in its thousands. It's likely to increase substantially in the next few days. But the main thing is that Myanmar needs aid in all regions that's been affected by this earthquake on Friday.
That was DW correspondent Tommy Walker in Bangkok. Thank you so much, Tommy.
Thank you.